Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone. This is the fourth weekly recap from days 157 to today, which is 164. So what's been going on? Look, it's been a kind of stop-start week, I would imagine. We had the beta come out. The 27 users kind of joined the beta. They used it. It gave us the test that we needed to do what we needed to do and see what wasn't working. But as I said last week, I know what wasn't working on the app. I know the things that were going wrong. The tech team knew the things were going on. So the betas were great, but because it's not a community yet, even the beta testers are not going to come back every day and ask the same 20 people different questions. That's not the point of it. The point of it is that we have a large community and we get different views and opinions and experiences and advice from people all over the place to kind of make it interesting, to make you want to come back, to make you want to do that. So there wasn't much that we can do there, apart from kind of go through those bugs, which we've done. I put them into Trello, Trello, and listed them, and then we labeled them, and we kind of put the various dates on everything will be done. So we had 3 deadline dates, 22nd, 28th, and the 6th, and then launch fully into the app stores on the 8th. Mayor was away. Now, this is sometimes the experience, frustrations of using a outsourced team and they're not with you. Mayor's always on WhatsApp with me, that's fine, but when he was doing he had a course he had to go to, he was still working, but he was working with his team, and although I have direct access to the team, they're not as communicative. They're coders, they're not on the business side of it so much. Didn't really update as much as I want, so I got a little bit frustrated. I spoke to Mayor, he kind of speaks to them, but still, you know, for me, sitting on this side, not looking at the code every day, not looking at what's going on, it gets frustrating after a while. And we have Trello, and it's meant to be moving along and showing what they're working on, but sometimes they forget to do things, and it frustrates me because I don't see things moving, but from my side I don't. And it gets a little bit worrying, especially when you're promising people that it's going out on the 8th of October. Not that I think people care what the date is going to go on, but I do. I really care when it's going to go out because I need to start converting 164 days into a product now. All right. So that's the situation, you know, and 164, what's it, 1st of October, so another 8 days. By 172, is that 74 plus 8, we should be launching in the App Store. Fingers crossed. Do I think we'll get there? Mayor assures me we will. I'm at 60% right now, which is not good. But anyway, moving past that, started thinking about the marketing, what I'm going to do to kind of get the marketing up and running. And there's 2 ways in doing it. I'm reaching out to a load of students in India through Mayor, and we're going to do a kind of a guerrilla marketing campaign I kind of mentioned last time. A little unethical, but it's not like we're selling a product. We're just going to be, you know, going into kind of boards, Reddit boards, and kind of answering and saying, look, if you wanted another opinion, why not check Blinkr? Here's my opinion, why not go check Blinkr's opinion? Just kind of indirect marketing, but because we can do it on a mass scale, you never know, you know, we pick up people all over the place, and once it starts to spread, that's what I'm hoping, a bit like Reddit, I hope, or Quora, once it starts to spread, once people start to use it, then it will really start to expand exponentially, because I think people do instinctively want something where they can ask other humans questions, right? I asked the question to AI, and this is not us against AI, but I asked the question to AI yesterday, and I just wanted a simple answer. My son was on some medicine, and I put into it, do I have to keep this medicine refrigerated? And it gave me this long answer, how it breaks, if you don't put it at room temperature, it will break down the antibiotics, and I just wanted a yes or a no, and it frustrated me. So, although this is not what Blinkr is meant to be, but you know, that was something that kind of, you know, got to me as well, and thought that's what I bring other people, if I'm having that issue, other people are having that issue. So that's one side. The other side of the marketing is actually looking at an agency and kind of giving them some money to manage the kind of social media posts and whatnot. Agency fees, you know, you got to find an agency you're comfortable with, a boutique agency, you know, who are going to manage your account. Maybe they charge you $2,000-$3,000 just to manage it. Right? And what does that mean? So you then need to go and spend money on Meta ads, which is Instagram and whatnot, Google ads, SSO searches, content, maybe, especially in our case, probably influencers, mini influencers, micro influencers. So it's not about them managing it. They bring it all together to make it easier. You could probably do it yourself if you had the experience. I mean, of course you do. That's why you start an agency. There's a lot of moving parts. And the content that you want to go out there, that's the hard part, right? I'm very, very clear that I do not want to do mass marketing in the sense that buy Blinkr, go to Blinkr, Blinkr everywhere you go. That's not the way. I wanted to do subtle marketing. I think it's called UGC marketing. Let me just Google UGC marketing, see what that is. User-generated content marketing. So more of videos like this with a bit more, you know, of a storyline and a sketch and whatnot to kind of indicate that Blinkr's there, but not really sell you Blinkr. So we had ideas kind of, you know, going to colleges with our interns, going back to the interns and kind of going them and recording them, asking people if there was Blinkr, what would you use it for? What question would you ask? And kind of getting these series of videos going around where Blinkr was in the background and indicating that this was Blinkr, but it wouldn't be selling to you, hey, go download Blinkr or some flashy ad with flashy music that's just Blinkr. So it's UGC marketing. First time I'm learning about this user-generated content. So yeah, but it's worrying as well because at that point I now have to spend my own money, which could be upwards of $5,000 a month easily for marketing. You know, you've got to put your money where your mouth is, and you've got to back your idea, but it's also your family's. You don't have an income elsewhere, so it's your family kind of taking money away from that to do that. And it's the risk, and it's the real drive of the entrepreneur. Could I do it for a month, $5,000? Yeah, probably. Could I do it for 2 months? Yeah. Starting to get to 3, 4 without kind of thinking about returns and saying, right, after the second or third month, you know, if we're not seeing 10,000 users, then what happens? How much more money do I keep putting into it? When's my cutoff? At what point? But I've got so far into this. Now, it would be ridiculous for me to even kind of slow down at this point. In fact, I should be speeding up. And that's where VC money comes in, right? If I had VC money, it'd be easy. I'd say, here you go, $10,000 a month, bang, 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 and it'd be great. But I don't have VC money. It's helped me because, you know, I'm not under pressure in the sense that I don't have to report to everyone, but now I am under pressure because I don't have any money to do marketing. And marketing is the key to success. Sales, sales, sales. You know, I'm going to be jumping on with a rucksack, going out to the universities here, kind of talk to people, going to see my interns who are in university, talking to people, showing them the app, try to get them to download it there and then. I'm going to be doing my own guerrilla marketing, right? I've got to roll up my sleeves now and go for it. Anyway, I think I talked enough for today. I think it's almost, 10 minutes of me talking. But yeah, I think it's crunch time. It really is crunch time and it's hard. It's a lot of pressure at this point. Don't have any partners in this. Don't have anyone but me. But we do it with a smile on our face. This is the path I chose. We keep going. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, follow. That would really, really appreciate it. Maybe I can make some revenue from YouTube eventually. You never know, If Blinkr doesn't work, maybe I'll become a YouTuber. All right, have a nice week, everyone. Speak to you all next week. Bye-bye.